So to start off, could you just introduce who you are, explain your job, or like where you work at?
So my name is Alicia Bordonaro. I am a mortgage underwriter for a company that is located in California, but we have several branches across the country and one in Windsor, Connecticut, where I work. But right now, due to the pandemic, we are all working remotely from home. So there's that. So we're in mortgage underwriting. An underwriter reviews people's credit, their income, and their assets to determine whether or not they qualify for a home mortgage.
What did you do for your education leading up to this job?
So I did a complete 180 career change about 6 or 7 years ago. I actually went to UConn and got my bachelor's degree in human development and family studies. Then I went to Southern Connecticut State University and I got my master's in health education. I taught up in Concord, New Hampshire for a few years before I decided I wanted a career change. And a friend of mine who worked in the mortgage industry told me a little bit about what they do on a daily basis, a little bit about the job. And I started off as a post closer. So I would review loans after they closed and eventually worked my way up to an underwriter.
What do you do on a day-to-day basis?
So day to day, I answer a ton of emails and phone calls from borrowers. We go over any questions or concerns they might have about their mortgage, any updates to their assets with their bank statements, their 401ks, if differences in jobs, whether they got a new job, they got a bonus, a pay increase. I review a person's credit to see how much debt they have. And like I said, I review their income. So I'm able to see how much gross income, that's income you make pre-tax, weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, I can average it out over the year. Then I review their assets, like their bank statements and their retirement accounts. So I'm able to calculate what mortgage they can afford with the amount of income they have coming in and the amount of debt they've already incurred. I also review appraisals, which determines the quality of the home that they're purchasing, the dimensions of the home, the square footage, the bedroom, the bathrooms, the value, anything really to do with the home to see if it's in a condition that, it's up to par for standards for the government. That's about it, really.
What's your favorite part of your job?
I love that every day is something different for me. There's different types of loans that we do, different types of borrowers with, different credit. Some have, next to no debt. Some have an abundance of debt. Income is always different, whether you're a W-2 employee who's salaried, who's hourly, if you're a self-employed borrower, if you're retired borrower, income is always different. Same with assets too. And just, trying to figure out ways to make the loan work and, get through any hurdles or obstacles that we might encounter through the process.
What's the least favorite part of your job?
So, part of the American dream is to, own something, own a piece of land in America, kind of establish your roots and, people take pride in owning a home. So denying a person a loan who isn't, able to afford it, it kind of stinks. You always want to try your best to try and make a loan work if you can, but you also don't want to put someone in a financial position that they, you know, wouldn't do well for themselves. So that's always the least favorite part of the job, is just not being able to give a person what they wanted.
What drew you to your career, slash what made you want to do this job?
Well, just like I said about having like the favorite parts of my job, just, you know, it can be really challenging at times, and it can be, you know, stressful as well, but it's really rewarding when you know, work through a loan and you make it work and a person's able to afford a home. I mean, it's just a really fun and a really good feeling.
What are some important qualities or skills that you think someone would need to do your job?
So you have to be able to multitask. So if I'm in the middle of a loan, but then I have someone calling, you know, a borrower calling about a concern on their loan, I have to be able to put the loan that I'm working on hold so that I can speak to the borrower and kind of ease their concerns with things. You really have to be able to communicate well with others. You have to be patient, because, you know, things don't always happen as quickly or on the set time frame that you think they're going to happen. Um, but I'd say those are some big ones.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with someone who would be interested in your type of career?
So if you like to be challenged, if you like working with numbers, I would say that the mortgage world is something that you should definitely research a bit more. And it, it can be, like I said, really rewarding when you're able to approve loans and people are, you know, you're a part in a person's, like, a huge decision in their life and a huge like goal that they may have to purchase a home. So if that's something that you would take pride in and something that excites you, I would say to definitely venture into the mortgage world.
Well, that's all the questions we have, but thank you for coming and letting us interview you.
Yeah.
Thank you.